I I had to wait for the fuel oil guy to come yet. Usually, and I'm not complaining. I really do not want to complain. Uh, I really don't want to complain. But usually, and again, not complaining, not upset, not bothered in the slightest. Usually he comes like real early in the morning. And so I figured he'd be there morning, afternoon, and then I could go get what I needed to do afterwards. And then my sister came out yesterday. You know, this is what happened yesterday. Well, the first thing, and some of it is my brother's fault, the one that lives here. Her and her husband came out and they were going through stuff. And I got up and it's been so cold here. It was supposed to warm up yesterday, so I'm like, okay, it's warming up. I can actually do the laundry because the house is pretty old, and if you do laundry when it's too cold out, the house has been insulated a little better, so it might not be an issue anymore. But why take the chance if you don't have to? But if it's really really cold out and you are doing laundry, the pipes can freeze, the drain pipes, and then you got to wait until it warms up anyways to drain. So that was just, okay, we can wait. Well, I went to go do laundry yesterday, and the place where I, and this is the way it's been since my mom was alive. The place, so I mean, I'm thinking my sister should know. I'm honestly thinking she should have known that. And I just, stuff you see, it just comes off like they're fucking with us, like a fucking, evil landlord. And, and it doesn't make any sense. And because, this is another thing she did. She was so worried about 4 fucking plates that were my brother's, and we were using them to eat on. And she just kept fixating on it. I don't even know how many times it was. I want to say it was at least 8 times I heard her mention them. And I had repeatedly told her that I didn't give a fuck. Take them, don't take them, but fucking drop it, grow the fuck up, and move on. That was my opinion on it. But apparently, these were plates my oldest brother gave to my mom. And if there's a set of them, I don't know where the rest of them are. We had like 4 large dinner plates. We didn't have the fucking bowls. We didn't have the plates for teacups. We didn't have the teacups or coffee cups anymore. We had the plates. That's all we had. The rest of the set have no fucking idea. And she kept bringing it up. She kept worrying about these 4 fucking plates. Hey, if you want to worry about something, worry about stealing the fucking house from me so you can line your fucking pocket. If you're worried about something, worry about the fucking insurance policies that were intended to pay for our deaths when they go. Instead of lining your pocket with them, keep those things floating. So that when we eventually die, we don't have to spend our money to pay for the fucking funeral. We can use the insurance policy that was intended for it. But no, she was telling me the one day, and I finally had to tell her, I go, look, Laura, I'm not setting any of my fucking money aside to pay for a fucking funeral. I go, there's an insurance policy. I will pay for that insurance policy every year as long as I'm able. But I go, this money that I'm getting from my inheritance, I go, I'm not putting any of it away for that funeral because there's an insurance policy that's supposed to pay for it. Now I go, if you're going to fucking line your pockets with it, then maybe you can pay for the fucking funeral. But I didn't say that. But it's like, I kind of told her, I go, look, Laura, I go, you do what you want. But I go, I'm telling you, I am expecting that insurance policy to fucking be there. I go, if you want to cash it in, then that's your responsibility. But she just fucking just chiming on. And it's like, what the fuck? I told you like 5 fucking times. I don't want to have to fucking tell you again. And she hasn't said nothing to me, but she was telling my brother that he needs to put his money aside. And, his money's going into a fucking trust, unless she's changed her mind on that. And my understanding is that trust is supposed to pay for the fucking funerals. I actually read it. I have good eyesight. I don't need a fucking magnifying glass. Okay, I gotta find... I'm gonna go find dye for... I know I've got some orange dye somewhere and I can't remember where. I gotta find some yellow flowers and some red flowers. I know there's a shitload of red flowers over here. I just gotta find the yellow ones. And I think I need 5. But no, the well, anyways, yeah, it's a little after 30 minutes. They came out yesterday. I didn't know they were here. They were actually kind of quiet for a change, and but they came out, and oh, sweet. I keep forgetting this is over here. This is like a flower field. So yeah, I got plenty of yellow over here, and I just got to go over to get the red stuff. And but they came out, and it had been cold, and I didn't do laundry for a couple days, even though some of it needed to be done because, you know, we've got a thing out here where and there's insulation's been caught up, so maybe it's not the case anymore, but why risk it when you can just wait a couple days? But if you do laundry when it's really, really cold out, your drain pipe can freeze. And I don't know if that's an issue anymore, but, you know, it's a pain in the ass if you got to wait like a half a month or a month or go out there with, you know, something to fucking heat it up. Just easier. And because you go out there and you're not careful with the heating thing, you can melt the fucking pipe. So you got to wait. And that's what I was doing. Well, I was supposed to warm up yesterday. So I went out and I did a couple loads of laundry. Well, the thing I noticed was there's a tub out there where we put like the towels, kitchen towels, bathroom towels, and we wash them. You know, your hand towels, face towels, shower towels. And it was pretty much gone. And I knew there was some fucking... I knew there was some towels that had been in there. And like, you got to understand, like, and this has been this way since I came home. And I've got some of my own towels around, but I'd rather keep them packed up. You know, in case, you know, I really don't want them getting unpacked. You know, I'd rather keep them packed up. They're easier to move that way. I'm in the process of packing stuff up, so I really don't want to unpack shit. And it was gone. The towels that were out there were gone. I had put some kitchen towels in. Now, the kitchen towels are not a big deal because my mom's got a shitload of those. So, you know, if those are gone, it's a waste. It's stupid, you know, but, you know, it's not nearly as bad as trying to steal a house from somebody, which is what my sister's doing. You know, so it's, you know, a perspective here. And so... you know, there was that. And the other things that my sister has done here, and I'll get back to the towel thing in a minute. But the other things my sister has done here is there was an insurance policy. My dad always considered it burial insurance. While apparently she's found out you can cash that in and put money in your pocket. So when this whole thing with the fucking annuities and the other shit came up, she was just out here. She's like, well, you know, and because I told her, hey, you need to keep an eye out for these insurance policies, because I go, I want to keep paying it, because I go, that was intended to pay for funeral costs. And I go, I want to continue to pay it. I got money now to pay it. And she's like, well, you know, there's that. But see, we could just cash those in, and we could put the money in our pockets, and blah, 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 blah. And then we wouldn't need, and you could just set some of your money aside for a funeral. And I go, no. I go, those were intended to pay for the fucking funerals. I go, they should be kept so we can pay for the fucking funerals. For me and Jess. I go, you want to put money in your pocket, you can do it some other way. But I go, those should be kept. And I go, I fully intend to keep paying it. She goes, well, yeah, but if you just put some money aside and it'll be there, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, are you even fucking listening to yourself? I'm sorry. She needs to be in a fucking mental hospital. This is just not rational thinking. This is just literally not rational thinking. This is the thinking of someone who's trying to basically put all of the money she can in her pocket so her and her husband can continue to live beyond their means. And I go, no. I go, Laura, I'm not putting my money away so that you can put money that was intended to pay for the funeral in your fucking pocket right now. Not happening. And so I don't know if she's just dropped it talking to me or if she's actually going to let me keep mine. But she was telling my brother, a week ago, or a week or two ago, well, you're getting that money from your annuity, and I'm thinking, yeah, she's thinking I couldn't steal that from you. You're actually getting that, and she's like, well, you should put some of that money aside to pay for your funeral costs. Well, now that I'm reading the trust, that trust she's going to manage is supposed to pay for the funeral costs. So I really don't know what to tell him. The way I got a feeling that she's going to run that into the ground and there won't be any money there, so he might want to do it. But in a fair world where you don't have shitbag relatives trying to steal money from you when your parents die, he shouldn't have to put any money aside. That money should be there when he needs it, and end of discussion. And that's just not the way it's going to be, I guess. And but I did. I finally got her to quit talking to me. Well, then the other thing she was always doing, she was worried about these fucking plates. There were 4 plates that my oldest brother, I guess, bought for the folks. Might have bought them when he was over in Japan or something. I have no idea. And she kept worrying about, and all it was 4 plates, 4 big dinner plates. Not the little snack plates. Not the even smaller snack plates, not the fucking plates that you put under a coffee cup or whatever. None of that. None of the coffee cups. Just these exaggerating, but it seems to me that went on for a while. It was like multiple times. And I'm going to say like 8, around 8, and I'm probably exaggerating a little bit, but not much. And I had finally told her a couple times, like, hey, look, Well, you're going through mom's stuff, and I'll keep an eye out too, but while you're going through mom's stuff, if you find like 4 dinner plates, I go, grab them. We'll wash up those ones you're interested, and then you can, but I told her, I go, I don't need to keep hearing about this. And she dropped it for a while at this point. But I told her, I don't need to keep hearing about these 4 fucking plates every time you're out here and I'm talking to you. I go, I really don't. I go, either take them and shut up about it or just shut up about it. And I was a little more polite about it, but I just kind of mentioned it to her. It's like, I don't need to hear about this shit every time you're out here. I really don't. And she dropped it for a while, and then she was out here bitching about him again, and she was going down in the basement that day. I go, okay, Laura, I tell you what, I've told you before I don't give a fuck about these plates one way or the other. And she'd already told me that, she kind of told me what Jim had said because she kept harping him about it. And I think he was getting to the point where, like, fuck it, just give me the plates back. I don't think he gave a fuck about them. And the last thing I guess he told her was like, hey, if somebody wants them, let them have them. I think he was getting sick of it too. It's just my opinion. He's like, I guess she mentioned that he said, well, if somebody wants them, fucking, otherwise, he goes, if you're going to throw them out, then yeah, I'll take them back. I think he was just more interested in getting her to fucking grow up. And, you can't get somebody to grow up. You can at least get them to move on. And, you probably figure, yeah, just send them to me. I'll throw them out when they get here. If I don't have room for them, I'll just throw them out. But she kept worrying. It was like, you want to worry about something? Worry about stealing the fucking house from me. You want to worry about something? Worry about fucking stealing your brother's money. So you don't have to go get a fucking job, or because she's not disabled. She could work if she wanted to. She just doesn't want to. And after she lost her job at Penny's, and this is the thing I didn't understand. She worked nights there, but after she lost her job at Penny, they were closing the store. She didn't do anything wrong, but after she lost that job, she was offered a pretty good job. Might even been more pay. I don't know. But she was offered a pretty good job, but she would have had to work nights. Well, she didn't want to work nights, so she's been unemployed ever since. And, and right after she lost the job, I know there was at least a year or two where my mom paid their taxes. Mom told me about it. And I didn't care because I think mom was mentioning, like, well, I don't know if I should be doing this. I go, Mom, you want to pay their taxes? It's your money. You want to pay their taxes? Pay their taxes. Ain't nobody's fucking business. And I firmly believe that. But, and then I had conversations with my mom because, see, he had a fishing boat and it was a little one. And then as soon as he got that fishing boat paid for, he went out, got a loan, bought a bigger one. Couldn't just enjoy the fishing boat that he had just paid for. And I think she was still paying the house taxes at this time. And she brought it up again. And maybe she wasn't. I really don't know, but she did bring it up again with him buying that thing. And I told her, I go, well, Mom, I go, if you still want to help him out, it's your money, it's your business. But I told her, I go, if you don't want to help them out when he's got money to burn on a giant fucking fishing boat, I go, that's your business. And I think this is the one that you can't run it around here. You have to pretty much take it over to like Lake Michigan to use it. You need a big lake for this boat. But that was my position. I told her, look, Mom, it's your money. If you want to help him out, you help him out. I go, if you don't want to help him out because you figure he's got money to piss away on that boat, he can pay his own fucking bills. I go, that's your business. And somewhere, and again, she may have already quit at that point. But she would mention this shit to me when I would come home and visit. And I think she was still helping with groceries and shit. I think. She was helping me and my brother. Like I said, I'm not bashing this. But they couldn't live on their paychecks back then. And, my mom was helping me out, but I'm not trying to fucking steal anything that wasn't left to me when I was working. I'm not trying to take their money and put it into a trust where they can't use it. I'm not trying to take money away from them and expect them to take what little they got and pay for a fucking funeral that's going to happen, after they die. I'm not trying to steal any money from people doing this. My sister is. And I'm going to go put those on that. Well, I'll do that during the ASMR part. That'll give me something to do. But hang on. I got to find a place to put this shit. But that's what was going on. And I got to remember to grab this. Oh shit. But but that's what was going on. But she kept focusing on these plates, and I had told her at least a couple times before, like, look, I don't give a fuck. We're currently using them. But if you find us 4 other plates, you can have these. You can have these fucking plates. No skin off my fucking nose. And she just, instead of fucking solving the problem, she just kept bringing it up. And I finally told her, I go, look, I don't give a fuck what you do, but either find me some plates or shut the fuck up about it, because I don't care. I really don't care. One way or the other, deal with it. Either get us, find some replacement plates or shut the fuck up about it. I don't care. And that bought a little bit of time. And like I said, I think my brother, she kept bringing it up with him. He's like, fuck it, just send them. He's probably going to throw them out when they got there. Because he got tired of dealing with her fucking dumb ass on this shit. And, okay. And so that was the gist of it. And, yeah, I got the ring all the way around it. And so and then she brought it up again. I said, look, Laura, you said you're going down to the basement. I go, keep an eye out. I go, if you find anything with plates, I go, then we'll fix this. But I told her, I go, I really don't care to hear about this anymore if all you want to do is whine about these fucking plates. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I kind of let her know. I go, well, you're down there. Find some fucking plates. Or just let this go. Because I told her, I go, it doesn't sound like Jim really cares that much. Well, yeah, but one of the kids will take them. And it's like, well, then why the fuck? I mean, do we have to do it today? No, we don't. And it's like, Jesus fucking Christ. This is shit I just don't give a fuck about right now. It's like, if I'd have had the fucking plates, if I'd have had some plates, and she goes, well, come on down, I think, and I'm like, so I found, we found dinner plates, and then I go, I'll put these in the dishwasher, and next time you come out, I go, you don't need to tell me about it, you can just fucking take them, they'll be on the counter. I go, you guys are probably going to want to wash them again, but they'll at least be somewhat clean before you leave here. But I told her, I go, you don't have to tell me about it, you can just fucking take it. I don't need to hear about it. I don't need to hear when you drop them off. It's like, if you want to worry about something, instead of worrying about 4 cheap-ass fucking plates, why don't you worry about stealing the fucking house from me? Yeah, why don't you worry about that? And you want to worry about something, why don't you worry about stealing, over $100,000 from Jesse? Why don't you worry about that? And, And so, there's that. Well, then they came out yesterday, and like I said, I was saying earlier, I didn't hear them. They weren't very noisy. Well, I came down, and we had all this cold weather, and you had to worry about, shit freezing. So I was gonna do some laundry now because it's supposed to be warming up. Like today, it's like 6, and it ain't even 6 o'clock yet, and it's already 25 degrees out. It's not -1 like it's been for a couple days. Yesterday, I think it was like 9 or 10. At this point, so it had come up, and so I was gonna do laundry. Well, I get out there, and there was a basket where we put the towels, and this has been the way it's been since my mom was alive. So I'm thinking she should have known this. I think this is evidence of her brain not working properly. I think this is something she should have known, because it was like this before I came home. And I went out there, and the fucking towels were gone. Everything that was in. Now, some of it was just shit. Some of it was bedding and other stuff. But that's where we piled up the fucking towels to wash. All of them. Kitchen towels, bath towels, that kind of thing. And even the towels that the cats laid on that needed to be, was all piled up in there. And it's gone. And she was telling me that, and again, I've told her before, if you're going to fill up the trash in the middle of the week, you got to leave us half a trash can. She fucking filled it up yesterday. Again, shit that, it just comes off like it's a fucking evil landlord fucking with you. Just too fucking stupid to understand simple fucking tasks. Like, don't fill up the fucking garbage 4 fucking days before it gets picked up, okay? These are things that you should not have to explain to a rational adult that is free to move around on their own. This is something that you generally have to worry about for somebody that belongs in a fucking facility being monitored by medical staff. And so that was going on, and then I'm like, okay, the towels are gone. She already let me know that they had filled up the trash can. So, but what it is, like, well, we took 2 bags home. You should have taken them fucking all home. So we at least, she goes, well, yeah, you'll have to take that bag of garbage out and put your garbage underneath it. No, I think I'll throw that fucking bag on the floor somewhere. And then, next week we'll fill up the garbage again with it, But she did. She filled it right up to the top again. What I might do is just... I'm not going to do it, but I should just put it in the car, do a drive-by, and throw it on her fucking lawn in there. Maybe she'll get the fucking hint. Or if the next time they're out there, if they're not near their vehicles, I'll just stuff it in the back of their car or something like that. But it's like, these are things you should not have to tell a fucking adult that is free to walk around on their own. without the assistance of medical personnel. But that's the world I live in right now. So they did that. And then, I'm like, well, where'd the shit go? Because I was going to do my laundry. And then I'm like, and then when I got done, I was going to do like the towels and that. Because I think we were down to one shower towel in the bathroom. We only got like 3 or 4 of them anyways. That's the way it's been since I came home. And so I called her up. I go, what did you guys do with the fucking garbage? Because I go, you threw out our fucking towels. And then she's like, well, your brother told me that was stuff that hadn't been dealt with since Mom died. And I go, yeah. And I go, he's fucked up. And I told her, I go, he couldn't do his dialysis on Saturday. I think the people that were supposed to give him a ride, I don't think any of them wanted. They were either didn't want to work or they were too drunk to drive. They didn't want to work on Christmas Eve, so he didn't get his dialysis. He was probably a little fucking off yesterday. But a week or two ago, I had told him, I go, hey, you got to take your towels in the bathroom. You can't just leave them there because I'm not picking up after you. You got to take your towels out and put them in the wash. He goes, well, where? And I told him right where, he told her it wasn't being used. So he'd been informed, and he completely fucked that up. But again, unlike my sister, he's got a fucking excuse. He couldn't do his dialysis, so he probably wasn't, he's probably a little more fucked up than normal. And so we had that yesterday. And then later, when I went to go put stuff in the dryer, she fucking took the dryer sheets. At least I can't find them. And I'm pretty sure there was like a half a box of them. And she just fucking stole those. And again, we're doing laundry. We've been here for over a month without Mom. We're doing fucking laundry. I'm sorry, if you're too fucking stupid to realize that we actually use dryer sheets, again, maybe you shouldn't be doing any of it. Maybe you're too fucking stupid to manage the fucking estate. That's just an opinion. But, unfucking believable. And I didn't want to deal with her fucking stupidity. So when I went out yesterday, I got cat litter, cat food, got a little bit for me. And, the weeks I get stuff for the cats, I generally don't spend as much on food for me. That kind of bothers me when, and the cat, she goes through phases. But there's a lot of time where she really acts like I wanted to call her Sheba when they found her, but it wasn't my cat, so she got called Patches. But I wanted to call her Sheba because I could just tell she was going to act like she was royalty, and she really does. But I've had some conversations with her, like, telling her, I go, hey, the money I spend on you two cats is money that I should be spending on me. And I go, so when you act like I'm not doing enough for you by bitching for food every time I go, that really hurts. I go, that really fucking hurts. It's not appreciated. And I think she understands sometimes. Because there's times where she'll get real quiet. She'll get real, but I told her, I go, I'm really doing what I can to keep you guys alive. And I'm not getting... Brother helps out a little bit, more than I actually thought he would. I ain't gonna lie about that, but it's like I'm not really getting any help. The rest of the family doesn't give a fuck about my mom's cat. They're happy to let him go. And I'm the only one in the family trying to keep her cats alive. Maybe she should have thought of that before she fucking turned over the fucking trust and shit to everybody else, but I'm the only one really trying to keep her cats alive. And it really kind of hurts sometimes the way that cat acts. It's just, I'm doing my best. I think I'm failing, but I'm really doing my best. And so there was that shit yesterday. And then she told me to go look down in the basement for some towels. And again, she's been down there. She's been dealing with the shit I haven't. She goes, oh, well, they're right in this color box. And I went through the blue box, and she told me over by the root cellar. Pretty sure she said over by the root cellar. I went over there, and there were no bath towels. They were all full of fucking puzzles. So I checked the ones that weren't green. I was pretty lightheaded by the time I was done doing this. while I was waiting for the fuel oil guy to come, I fell asleep a couple times, and I'd fucking go down and check the fuel oil to make sure. But I got pretty lightheaded because I had to go do shit that I shouldn't have had to because I was dealing with a fucking moron. And I'm sorry, regardless of what my brother told her, she should have been able to see that there were like 2 bath towels and a handful of kitchen towels in that fucking trash can, or in that pile, as they were putting them into the trash. They should have been able to figure that out. If they couldn't, I think they're too stupid to be running the fucking estate. And so we had that. Well, I went down and I told her, I go, look, I either gotta rip open that fucking garbage bag or I gotta find some fucking towels. She's like, oh well, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all right. So I go down and found puzzles. So then I started checking the other boxes down there. And what I found was one of them had towels, but they were like little towels like the kitchen towels. None of them were, maybe buried. I wasn't digging through the fucking box. And there didn't appear to be any fucking bath towels, shower towels. And then I found another one. Well, that was like bedding. And it's like, well, that ain't it. And I went and called her back. And then she's like, I checked the ones over by the root cellar. And she goes, oh, no, not there, over by the weights and that. And I go, that's not what you told me. You said over. And she goes, well, yeah, I know, but check that end of the, and I'm like, I checked those. I go, I checked everything down there that I didn't have to dig for. And I go, there were no towels. I go, there was bedding in one, and there was little towels in the other one, but nothing that you could use after taking a shower. I go, I'm just going to go through the trash and dig those back out. She goes, well, look for the yellow trash bag. That's where they are. And she's like, well, your brother, I go, look. I go, yeah, he probably did. And I go, I just don't want to argue about it. I go, we only had like 3 or 4 of these towels. I go, I'm really not trying to be mad. I go, I wish you would use your head a little bit more when you're doing this, because I go, some of this is stuff that regardless of what you were told, you should have known better. And I just sort of dropped it. I go, I really don't care about being mad at anybody. I go, I just need the fucking towels back. That's all I really need. And she got kind of quiet. And so I got that fixed yesterday. Fucking A. Talking about this shit stressing me out. Fuck this. And so there was that. And then the fuel oil guy came late. And again, I'm not mad because I didn't really ask when. It's just he usually comes early in the morning or in the early afternoon, so that's what I was expecting. And fuck, he didn't get there till after 4 o'clock. And I needed to go to the bank. And I had originally planned on taking that was the other thing, those dish boxes. The dish receivers, they don't need them back. So I was looking for a place to recycle them because you can't put that stuff in the garbage out here. And I found out Best Buy still takes them for free. You can recycle them there. So I went and dropped those off. I hit the grocery store, and so it was a good day on that. But I wasn't planning on doing it because when I left, I was planning on just zipping over to the bank before 5 o'clock because it was getting to be about 20 after, quarter after 4. And my brother wasn't home yet from his dialysis, and I was writing up a note that said, went to bank, be right back. And because everything else I could do after the bank closed, but the bank I actually needed to get to. And what happened was, while I was writing the note, he showed up. I heard the beeping of his truck backing up, and I'm like, well, that's cool. And so we got that paid for, and fuel oil was delivered. And went and got pretty much, I think, everything I intended to do, I got done. So that was a good day. That was absolutely a good day.